All right, for those just tuning in, we just wrapped up our game. Necrons into Death Guard with the Poxwalkers into characters. Final score, Death Guard 79 to a Necron 70. And this may have been the game that actually pushed me off the character build for the upcoming GT.
Fear the Poxwalkers.
Well, it's not that, it's the Horde and being able to keep pace in the game. That was one thing I was concerned about before. I felt like I could do better into the Tyranids Vanguard. And with this, a lot more, how do I put it, just random resilience and then having to deal with things later on. Not being able to, I could have taken tactical secondaries. I think my secondary score would have been significantly worse. I will not being able to get around the board and stuff. I think fixed was the way to go. I never needed the extra command point, and I scored I scored 38, I think it was. What was it? 30? Yeah, you had two characters left at the end of the game.
Yeah, you scored 32 on second.
32. So we had three characters left at the end? Because I thought I needed to destroy all your characters.
There were 4 points apiece. There were five to start with.
Okay, there was five. So I needed
two survived.
Yeah, and but even so, if I did get that Lord Virulence into the end of it all, the first turn when I failed to charge with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units that failed to charge, and then units failed, like that first turn hurt really bad for how bad the dice were on that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't able to get to stick the charges even on a real roll, and I was in good charge range, but I mean, it just that was ugly. That was real ugly, and that cost me a lot of points to be able to catch back up into it.
Yeah, they weren't nothing charges. I mean, you made one that was like a 4-inch, but they were like 7, 8-inch charges. So it's going to happen. Dice will be dice.
Yeah, it does, and that's true. I figured I threw enough shots at it that I had enough shots that I would get more than just one Locust Lord, which is very disappointing. And then,
especially when Typhus said no, took him out.
Yeah. And then over onto the right side, I just left the objective alone and gave you points for the entire game over there, which probably shouldn't have done, considering that one was there a little bit longer, and that was at 8 points. So I probably should have made a bigger push onto that. I don't know. I don't know if I really could have made a bigger push onto that, to be honest. I mean, it probably just would have shifted.
I had two of my Fitting Blight Haulers back there, so if you got closer to that, I would have put some damage onto you. The Silent King probably wouldn't have liked it. I'm getting +1 to hit and wound into him, and I bring his toughness down to 9. So those Meltas would have been wounding him on 3s. So who knows? The fact is that you were able to control the center objective end of the game with a single character standing there. So if you pushed over and took some more damage, you might not have been able to control the primary at the end of the game.
No, I mean, Plasmancers could have went that way to try to get over there and get ready to do some damage and try and take it. So I probably should have went over there a little bit more. I don't know. We're going to have to see when the data slates actually hit. They may have already hit by the time. They're probably already hit at this point in time because when this is going out. So we'll have to see what that looks like, because if Necrons get a good point drop, then I could possibly get some more characters in.
Yeah, rumor is there's going to be a Necron buff. Yeah, you guys will know more in the future than what we do right now.
We may know right now. Yeah. Ooh, looking at the future on that. But right now with it, like the whole way through, I was starting to, it felt, I don't know. I really was starting to feel that factor of not being able to make enough pressure on the board. So I'm not completely sold off it yet, but so far this is 0 for 2 into the Horde matchup, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep that up. I could try into one more Horde matchup, but I feel like this is where it's going to keep happening. Is that I have the damage output to do work and to clear things. Like I cleared quite a bit of your army by the end of it, but it doesn't matter when I don't have enough to score the primaries. So that's going to be a little rough. That might be the nail in the coffin that says, hey, let's get back to Grey Knights, which honestly with the cards, I was planning on playing them first anyways, because I've played Necrons. Played all this stuff. Grey Knights haven't seen the table in a bit, so a lot of it's all going to come down to these data slate updates. So I don't think, and that's kind of why I want to cut this a little short, because it's hard for us to really say anything else, because literally probably as we're talking about this, the data slate updates are probably already out.
Yeah, they'll be coming out soon. And there may be changes to Death Guard as well. Although I didn't bring any of the Death Shroud or anything here. The bloat drones with the heavy blight launchers will probably go up a few points if they do touch Death Guard. So, yeah, maybe the Poxwalkers will go down and get cheaper. That'd be great. I mean, not that I could take more Poxwalkers, but
so in a conclusion, we're just going to leave this alone for tonight on this one. Go longer videos in the future. I'm sure next week it'll be a lot more to talk about with some of the new missions and stuff they'll be running. So yeah, next week, new missions, data slate updates and all that stuff. So a lot of excitement there. Hopefully this video caught you guys right before it, so it's still enjoyable, at least the battle report. And now we can start talking. We can go into all these new data slates that we're probably already seen. So I think we'll call it quits on that one. Guys, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.